Yeah, how you been, man?
I'm good, brother. It's always good talking with you, man. I love talking with you.
Absolutely. I just wanted to get you in here and talk a little bit because I feel like me and you are going through a little bit of a similar ordeal right now,
Yeah,
which is,
I feel like I know what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
yeah, we went too easy on Mr. Pokey comments.
Yeah, you know what first thing that comes to my mind when I hear that?
Huh.
Some soft little pussy living in his mom's house that gets spaghetti and meatballs for dinner at 7 p.m. It's a self-report.
Dude, it is literally the dumbest shit. We both went on call. We got him to
Yeah.
admit everything he was wrong about. Yeah, but you didn't go hard enough. Like what the did they want us to do? I truly don't know.
I genuinely think it is a self-report of people who actually have never sat down and had a civil discussion, and they're too emotionally underdeveloped to have a civil discussion. They get emotionally evolved. But it's
Yeah.
like it's one thing to react to somebody's content, but it's another thing to talk to them, sit them down man to man, and treat them as a respectable human being.
Yeah. I feel like it's very apparent. I even stated my bias beforehand that I do like Mr. Pokey as a person. He's never done anything wrong to me, so obviously I went in with a
Hmm.
pretty civil debate. And then people were saying, "Oh, well, you would have gone way harder if it was Gateo, if it was Enviosity, if it was Atsu, if it was EO." And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, those people have wronged me. Obviously, I'm going to treat them different than someone who has not wronged me.
Right.
Uh, so that was just a little bit dystopian for me. But I am wondering, did you
I
still?
can't see you, by the way. It's weird.
Oh, you can't? Wait, why not?
No, I don't know. I just see your Eggman.
Wait,
There you
what
go.
about now?
Now I see. Now I
Oh,
see. All
okay,
right, there,
great.
there's the good-looking guy. All
Hell
right,
yeah.
there. Like sitting there looking at the Eggman. All right, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, that was my fault. For some reason, I just assumed that you had my stream up, and then I was like, oh, okay. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, so I am wondering, is there any gripes or anything left that y'all disagreed on, or was everything pretty much pretty settled?
I feel like every ounce of the conversation was covered, if I'm being honest. And anything that wasn't covered, I probably went in on during the react. And that was the other thing that I feel like people were just dumb as fuck about. I'm not gonna sit here and bring up the exact same shit I already went over in the react if he didn't want to talk about it, you know?
Yeah,
Furthermore, Tech, I sat there, watched you guys debate about it, right? That
yeah,
day went by. And then
yeah.
another day went by and he still wanted to talk with me. 48 hours later, I've already moved on. Like, you think I'm still about to be pissed off about some shit that happened days later, you
Yeah,
know? But no, I mean, if you want me to give you, like, shoot it to you straight, I do feel like Pokke, in a way, was still a bit resistant on his tweet, which his tweet was just outright wrong. But when you have a civil discussion with somebody, it's not about forcing them to, bend the knee to your side. It's just about you sharing your thoughts elegantly, calmly, and orchestrated in a way where it's not forceful. And then if the other person doesn't want to agree with it, well, then you agree to disagree, and that bygones be bygones. It's that simple. But the internet's expecting you to sit here and be like, no, we're not moving forward until you acknowledge that you were wrong.
yeah.
We're not going anywhere. No, it's like, it's just not how it works, man.
No, and now once again, I that type of arguing I love doing. However,
Hmm.
I do that shit with the people who I fucking despise. I'll be real. I
Right.
did that shit with Kateo for 6.5 hours straight on stream. Which
Yeah.
did you catch any of that?
I shit you not, I only caught about 20 minutes of it. When you uploaded the VOD and I saw, I don't know, it was like 4 hours or something. I was like, yeah, nah. But I already knew the guy's mentality because when he had reacted to my Tower of Fantasy video, I was like, oh yeah, this guy, he is severely biased against that game. And it's not a surprise, right? So it's like, I already, and then I have a better pulse on a lot of these prejudice Eastern CCs than a lot of other people do. I've always known about it. It's like, honestly, it's common sense to me, but a lot of people don't. So it doesn't come as a surprise to me at all.
Yeah, you're talking about how just like the East just fucking despises the West now.
It's weird. It's always been a thing though, and
It
people don't
has.
realize that they have this incredibly pompous attitude when it comes to like how you should live your life versus how they live their life, and obviously gaming as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, I absolutely agree. I've been dealing with that shit for, I think, 4.5 years so far. It was really,
Hmm.
really bad in Arknights. And when Arknights Enfield comes out, trust me, it's going to get much worse. I shit you not when I say the Arknights is pound for pound, one of the worst communities on the entire internet. They are elitist, they are racist, they are prejudiced. It is so fucking bad. Not all of them, but the ones that you're going to hear quite often, oh, it's so bad. And they hold a grudge. I mean, you made a comment earlier about how I hate and I hold grudges longer than anybody else, and now my haters are ones that match that. Yeah, you will experiencing them. You'll be experiencing them very soon. You will have it harder than me though.
I would say they are the number one reason why people don't like when games release over in other regions for a year. Because they're already elitist at default, and then they're super elitist when they've had the game 1 year longer than you all have.
It's so bad how people think that they're good because they've played longer or have had access to play longer. Like, for example, and he's probably going to see this, and I feel so bad. I have this buddy called Snow Sauce, and he's fucking horrible at video games. He's fucking terrible. But he played Marvel Rivals for 160 hours and got Diamond 2 in Marvel Rivals. I played for 8.5 hours and I got Diamond 3, right? But the thing is, he still thinks that he's better because he's played 20 times more than me. And it's just like, brother, anybody who would play that long, you would assume eventually, you flip a coin enough, eventually it's going to fucking land heads.
I was molding about that when I had to do the new tactical holograms in Wuthering Waves, because it was my first time on stream doing it, and I beat the first guy in 7 tries. I beat the Sentry guy in 30 tries, somewhere around there. And you had these nerds coming in there saying Rexland did it in 1 try, and I was like, okay, you're just retarded. Like,
he played on the test server.
Yeah, it's like I come from Monster Hunter or speedrunners. Some of them, even Team Darkside, they spend hundreds and thousands of runs going against somebody before you see that magical run that they put out on the internet. It's like people really on the internet thinking people one tap shit, bro.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, people don't understand this Rexland guy. He practiced the test server for hundreds of hours, guys, and you're not allowed to stream that. So he practiced it, learned how to beat everything, then went live and did it in 1 attempt. Guys, nobody is impressed when you kill Millennia after you've already practiced it for fucking 5,000 hours. And I'm pretty damn sure his characters are all quite high level as well. But yeah, I mean, it's not the difficulty of executing on these fights. The difficulty is learning the patterns and then reacting to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of like, let's say for chat, for an example, yo, chat, pick 3 colors that I'm thinking right now. You'll pick 3 random colors. You will get them wrong. Chat, the 3 colors that I'm thinking are red, green, and blue. Chat, pick 3 colors that I'm thinking, red, green, blue. Yeah, no one's impressed because I told you the fucking answer. You have the knowledge now. The hard part is gaining the knowledge. But people just don't fucking get it. But I mean,
I want to say...
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're good. I just wanted to say, I wanted to get back onto that Pokke situation and say one problem that I saw in the community was they expect you to deliver more than 1 example on a topic when it covers the topic enough. Case in point, I gave a well-rounded discussion on how basically like power creep is problematic, and I would give an example, but then they were like, well, why didn't you bring up when Sparkle got power crept by Robin and Sunday? And I'm like, well, we already addressed that well-roundedly. I don't need to provide 7 examples when I've already provided 1.
Yeah.
They expect you. They want you to just go in, bro. It's like, I don't get this shit.
I'm not sure if my chat's going to get this, but what it really seems like to me, and I'll be real, man, I actually like Pokke quite a bit. Deep down inside of me, there's 2 options.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you want, little guy? Holy shit! I know. Oh my god. Hold on, I got a new baby. He's freaking the hell out. You want to sit here or what? Why are you crying so much? By the way, I heard you're having another kid, right?
Yes, sir. Man.
Yay! Congrats, man.
Yes, sir. Techie, man. It's gonna be great, brother. Finally gonna have a little smack.
Yeah. What are you gonna call him? You have a name yet or no?
I don't. We're still thinking about it, man. We're still thinking about him.
Okay. I think Tectone. I think Tectone would be a great name.
Dude, I shit you not. I wanted to name him one of them Greek god names, but it's just not gonna fly, bro.
Oh no, bro. Yeah, Loki could be a sick name, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Loki is a fake name.
Yeah.
All over are cool, man. Fucking Atreus. That shit slaps. But no, I'm super pumped about that as well, man.
Yeah, that is kind of my like number one dream right now too, is to find a woman who's dumb enough to have a kid with me, and then name them something crazy.
What's
I'm probably gonna name them my exact name again because I want to be like a senior, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
I want to have like if I could have 3 boys, name them all the same shit. That way I can be like John the First. That just sounds crazy, bro.
No, it doesn't. I'd be pissed off in school, bro.
Hey, fuck him, bro. I don't care, man. Who cares?
John, all 3 motherfuckers turn around, bro.
Dude, my dad, I don't want to leak his whole name, but my dad literally had a kid just so he could name him the same name as him, because when you make the initials, which this is going to dox him slightly, when you make his initials, it spells out Mars, the god of war. Just because,
Wow.
yeah, because he's that much
So
of
it's
a
not
vet.
just me. No, but see, it's not just me, man.
Yeah.
It's like every man wants to have a badass meaning to a name.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah, I wanted to say though, I genuinely think, and I always do this, I feel like you would be an incredible fucking father figure.
Dude, I'm glad you say that because I don't hear that too often.
I know. Well, it's because there's internet tech and then there's real life tech, and I met real life tech, and I know that for a fact you'd be an incredible father figure.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully more women can think that. That way they'll actually talk to me, but we'll see. Yeah, so I am obviously a little bit more content brained here. And the more that I'm looking at this whole Mr. Pokke situation, well, there's 2 options. One, I mean, I do genuinely feel like he's going kind of full schizo right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Mr. Pokke's being weird as fuck. And I think he knows that he's wrong, and I don't really know why he's going so fucking crazy, but it is what it is. Content's content, and I'm hoping it is just schizoing for fun. But the other thing is, what I really think that he's doing is I think that he is emulating me from 2021 in Genshin Impact, like almost to a T. Just like a very unreasonable, very angry guy, bringing up arguments that really don't matter, being wrong about them, and then standing too hard and dying on that hill, just being hard-headed for no fucking reason. Like, it really does feel like a fucking bait. And he has this post on YouTube where it says, "Oh, I'm 2 steps ahead." I legit just think he's trolling because I don't want to. No shade. I don't want to believe that he's this dumb to where like he actually believes the shit that he's saying. I think he knows that he's wrong.
I think what's fascinating to me is when I got in the call with him, though, he was definitely much more pragmatic about the whole situation than he was in the React video I watched. In the React video I watched, he was just like, he was fumbling all over himself, and I was just like, damn, there's no real like linear path here to the logic he's making. But in the call, it was a much more linear path. I ultimately believe, though, Tech, that the pressure of the internet can get to people more than it gets to others. And I think Pokke has been facing a lot of scrutiny and resistance from the Wuthering Waves community. And then he's been juggling that with the Genshin Impact community. These guys are a bunch of retards. And I dead ass Tech, I feel like it's just, it's the pressure of the internet actually getting to Pokke. Now, of course, you're going to try and put up this bravado in the process of it. And the bravado is probably what we're seeing. But he's falling victim to the fucking internet, basically.
Okay. Yeah,
I've seen this happen.
No, yeah, I mean, I understand how it goes. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've gone live with so many eyes on me and them expecting a response and then just okay. I always make myself look bad, but even making myself look worse. The problem is this has been going on for like 5 fucking days.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And
I'll be honest. I think the biggest thing for me, if you want me to shoot it straight, is this just the lack of a just straight up acknowledgement. Because in both of our discussions, Tech, literally, he walked himself through the errors of the tweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then he hopped on the call with me and said, "I think you misunderstood my tweet." And see, that's why I said I have a civil discussion, because I'm not here. If that was an immediate acknowledgement to me that he still thought his tweet was fine, and I was like, okay, well then I'm just going to explain to you while we have this conversation the errors of that tweet, and we walk through it. Him saying, "Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. Smart, wise person could still fall for it." That is an immediate acknowledgement that it's outside of greed and stupidity. Us talking about the many different facets of the discussion. He didn't realize it, but in real time, we were walking through 7 different ways outside of greed and stupidity on how that tweet was demonstrably wrong.
Absolutely.
And then at the end of the day, why would we have 2 separate discussions on it then? You know, it's like basically it was the definition of dying on the hill of a tweet. And this was the small problem turned into a big problem that you've seen with EO.
Yeah.
It's like let's just admit that it was an error in communication, right? Start there, and then we go over the substance of what you were actually trying to say.
That's okay. Obviously, you know I'm very negatively biased towards EO.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
and I know the situation.
Okay, great. And I really don't understand, because I feel like that situation could have been, for me, so easy to solve. Hey, man, sorry I said that. Shouldn't have posted that on Twitter. But instead, if there's one thing that I really don't like, it's when somebody is aggressively being a victim and saying that people are misconstruing their words rather than just saying, I fucking misspoke. That's one issue that I really ran into with MTashed. And this is where I decided, okay, MTashed, we just can no longer talk. Because when all you do is repeat back exactly what someone says and they say, I never said that. At that point, I'm just like, we just can't talk.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember... MTashed never
I
having a
missed that
conversation.
whole thing, by the way. I did. I missed that whole thing.
Oh, you did?
If you want me to be completely honest with you, when you and MTash got into that, it broke my heart. Because I'm like, I love these 2 guys. I love their dynamic.
Same.
They're so fucking great. I was like, I'm not watching this.
Yep. No, dude, it made me so sad. I'm still caught up on it. I legitimately still am caught up on it because, like, we had such a good dynamic. I always knew that he had, like, disdain for me and, like, built up resentment for me because, like, I was just more successful doing the same things that he wanted to do in the same field. And I understand how that leads to bitterness because we're very similar in a lot of regards. But, man, that conversation made me so upset. And it really, really, really sucked because... And I would go through the VOD, send him clips of him saying things, and still say that you're manipulating me, you're gaslighting me. That's not what I said. And it's like, well, do you want me to write it down on a notepad so that way you can remember it? And he says, oh, you're being condescending. And it's like, brother, you're leaving me no choice. If you can't remember your own words, what do you want me to do? And that is one of my biggest pet peeves. And I know this is so bad to admit on the internet, so I'm actually not going to. There's a word that I really don't like being called, and... because I get called it a lot. Yeah. And the thing is,
can you type it to me?
Absolutely.
It's more my own curiosity. This is my own curiosity. You know damn well I'd never do anything. In fact, I'm just going to delete it as soon as you type it.
It's definitely the word bald. I really don't like that word.
Okay. I feel you.
Yeah, because I can't tell you how many times I go into something with good faith. The other person doesn't have proper memory recollection, gets confused about what they're doing. The stress of the situation gets to them, and then they say, oh, this is not the word, but they'll say things like, oh, you gaslighted me, you manipulated me, you're straw-manning me. It's like, you don't know what that means. I'm just legitimately not doing that.
And you're already low-hanging fruit. And so then, and then it gets called to you a lot, and then everybody starts to buy into it slowly but surely.
Yeah, it's definitely very annoying.
I do want to bring up a contentious discussion though.
Yeah,
just with the EO situation, because as you know, I have no problem with EO. Yeah. I actually 100% feel you because he betrayed your trust. And it's not like he leaked the thing out, but it's just the idea of like, I can show this. And I never participated in the place, but it was a safe space for content creators. As soon as that happens, I understand the logic of you right there. Because at that point, it's like, that's just bro code of you. We don't do that.
Yeah, he was implying that there was horrendous shit happening in the Discord.
And you're the leader of it, and that reflects your reputation.
Yeah, and the reason why that really sucks is because another content creator called Atsu was saying that I was having horrific DMs with him about other creators, and the only thing I could do at that point was leak the messages of him. He said that I was like shitting on Tenha and shitting on other CCs. I leaked... 1 second, sorry.
No, you're good. Take your time.
But yeah, like when you break the sanctity of that space and you say, oh, there's horrendous shit that I could leak, but oh man, if only you guys knew what's going on in there. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, all I wanted to say is first of all, I completely understand that. I do. But his situation is very similar to Pokke's situation right now. The before that, he got on the internet and he made a video about like the problems. I think it was it with Weather and Waves? Was that the video? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh man, God. To be honest, just I would.
It was.
It
That
was
community
okay.
doesn't have a me. It's got to be
That's
was or
right.
lives.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like it's so funny because if you like talk to a lot of other people about the situation, like other content creators that aren't in our space, if they watch the video, it get a laugh at it, but they wouldn't blow it out of put. They wouldn't blow it up and amplify it. It's kind of like your pants are down, and then everybody points and goes, "His pants are down."
Yeah.
I feel like that was what Pokey and you did to EO, you know, and it put him in this defensive state, and it was like, damn. And when you get in that state and you got a lot of pressure on yourself, it's the same thing that Pokey faces right now. You kind of go into a full defense mode. It's kind of what St. Tontes did. It's the same exact thing.
Sure.
And so that's where I feel like the ability to do what he did inside of that safe space. I'm not necessarily excusing it. I'm just explaining it to you where how that could occur. It's because like everybody was like kind of pointing the finger at him and trying to make him look stupid, and that doesn't feel good.
So I would understand if I think so much about this situation, like it makes me so upset. But once again, I really do like having a good civil discussion. Because if I'm wrong, I obviously want to know. I mean, obviously, did I blow it out of proportion? Absolutely. But let's be real, that shit was fucking hilarious. That's an insane thing to say out loud and look yourself. I mean, you have to edit that and upload that. That's crazy. And this wasn't an enviosity situation where somebody uploaded the clip of him saying, I should be the only motherfucker being praised. He chose to upload that shit. The thing that really just made me think that he was so far gone was the elitist stance that he took, where he was saying that I'm a fighting game player. I get this game like nobody else. Negative edge, Kara cancel, using these terms that everybody knew were bullshit. A fighting game player comes out and says, by the way, you're using these terms fucking wrong. And he's still dying on the hill that he was saying all these things that were right, but people were just saying it's wrong because he's him. That's just not true.
Yeah.
It's simply not true. But now, maybe I'm wrong, because all it literally takes is just him. Did he ever acknowledge, hey guys, this was dumb of me, shouldn't have said that? To my knowledge, I don't believe that ever happened.
He did in me and Vulcan's call. He did. In fact, he was very like he was way more accepting. I'll be honest. Admittedly, he was way more accepting than Pokey was about it in this situation.
Really?
You can go back and watch the episode. He totally was way more accepting. He was listening to me and Volk and everything. But that's what I was saying. I saw a different side of EO than everybody else saw. And I've seen it multiple times. And I'm just like, damn, I think this guy, I'm telling you, Tech, it's the same thing with what you did for Saint. And funny thing is, you really went to bat for Saint.
Absolutely.
You were like, oh, everybody's misunderstanding him and all this and that. And Saint was out of pocket 100%. But you went to bat for him and we gave him the benefit of the doubt.
So I would honestly say I would agree that the Saint situation and the EO situation are incredibly similar.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's a very good point. I haven't considered that. Very, very, very similar to a shocking degree. I think the big difference is that
you got on a call with Saint.
I did. However, I did
and he
also
respects you.
He does. I also listened to this is lore that you probably don't know. I'm very open to giving people multiple shots.
Of course.
I heard EO and I believe Saint Tontas get on a call recently.
Okay.
I listened to the whole thing.
Damn, I didn't.
Yeah. I listened to him speak so eloquently. Because when he made that dumbass tweet that he did, where it was like that long fucking thing where he donned the title The Riddler. I really, really, really want... I'm going to pull this up. I want to pull up the Riddler's tweet. Let me see if I can pull this up.
Heck, I got to be honest. That is a perfect name, bro. And the funny thing is, like, I that's all I wanted. And I love Pokey just as much as you do. That's all I wanted Pokey to admit. His tweet was a Riddler tweet.
Absolutely.
And it's like, you can't expect people to like decipher your fucking riddles, man.
Yeah, I just think that tweet was just fucking retarded, you know?
Yeah.
And the retardler just doesn't sound that good, you know? He doesn't have a good nickname yet. There was a tweet by EO. What was it? Because this shit drove me fucking nuts. Because the reason why is like, oh, okay, I get it. He's grown. He's changed as a person. I can finally move forward from this shit. But he does this thing with so many people that I see in call, and I'm really hoping I can find it. Where is it? It was an EO.
Are you perhaps pertaining to? I think I know the one. Obviously, I've seen it too. You talking about the one where he takes Pokey's situation and then elaborates on it in a like He pretty much types out a little novel.
No. There was something else where he had a conversation with Saint Tontas, and at the very, very, very end of it, he said that. Oh, that's right. He had this whole conversation with Saint Tontas on stream, and the reason why this is so insane is because when Saint Tontas uploaded the VOD of his conversation with EO, this part was clipped out. It's still on the VOD. But what he said was still clipped out. And that's what made me very upset because people didn't notice him saying that. I did, which was he said he's tired. And this was like a week ago, or maybe whenever the Saint Tontas shit happened. My concept of time is so bad. He said, and I quote, "I'm tired of other content creators intentionally misunderstanding me." And at that point, I'm just like, bro, can we still not just fucking admit we're misspeaking? Like, for the love of God, because the problem is that when people act like other people have bad intentions, when people act like they're a victim, when someone's an actual victim of people fucking with them intentionally, it makes everyone
that.
Yeah, it makes everybody think that it's a boy crying wolf. Like, oh yeah, this other guy said that people were fucking with him too. It's like, no, EO, just admit that you're fucking misspeaking. It's. And I don't even think it's that hard to fucking explain. Hey, guys, not too eloquent with my words. My bad, misspoke.
Here's the evidence on what you, to advocate what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's one thing when a few people misunderstand you. It's another when the whole fucking world is misunderstanding you.
Absolutely.
And I get that. I honestly I can't really rebuttal anything about that.
Yeah, it's the same with Mr. Pokke. Mr. Pokke knows. Mr. Pokke knows that tweet was retarded. It's so dumb. In what world do you go off on the players for a gotcha game's malpractices? That's just fucking insane.
He made such a good point in our discussion, though. But this is the thing. It's outside of the tweet. But the point he made in the discussion was he was saying, if I were to throw the devs into this tweet, then a gambler would basically use that as his excuse for gambling. He said so, but directly excluding the devs and only talking about the problem, addressing the problem directly, excluding that's how you address a gambler or an addict. And I was like, that's a fair thing, but your tweet still doesn't state anywhere near that, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, absolutely. I mean, the tweet should have been, it's very simple. Honkai Star Rail does have a power creep issue. However, players can circumvent it with proper investing and time played. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Go ahead. Fuck.
I was just gonna say,
we're same brain, dude. We're same brain.
I feel like there's just so much substance to that discussion. You know what I mean? Power, because at the end of the day, we all know the malpractices these fucking companies have.
Yep.
We all know that gotcha games are fucking garbage because of these practices. So it's such a delicate thing to play with the fire of advocating that, you know, like, and that comes off as a very touchy issue when you go, yeah, players are the problem, not the devs. It's like, and that's not what he said, but everybody's going to take it that way because it's like, hey, if you're going to scrutinize anything, scrutinize these motherfuckers.
Yeah. No, I mean, I personally, I'm on the other side. I do think that is exactly what the tweet said, and I think that's the problem is that people interpret it differently. But like, if your tweet can be interpreted that fucking poorly, maybe we should have thought about it a little bit more, and maybe we said, hey guys, sorry about the confusion. Here's my real stance.
Real stance.
Do a follow-up tweet. Like, hey guys, I hear a lot of people thinking multiple different things. Here's what I actually meant. Put it as a fucking comment. It's not that hard.
Yeah. But and I agree with that. But I also hate when the community doesn't recognize their own childishness too, though. You know what I mean? Because once we have these discussions, Tech, there's a lot of substance that gets brought to the table, and you don't hear anybody acknowledging that. Oh, okay, I can see that. It was basically I was listening to two physicists talk one day, and the guy was saying the problem with the world is that they try to take everyone that is put in a bad light and they try to paint them all bad. They'll take a disagreement and they'll say everything about that thing is disagreeable, when in reality, a lot of it's right, some of it's wrong, or a lot of it's wrong and some of it's right. But only people want to do is say all of it's wrong. everything that Pokke said was not all wrong, and that was my problem with the community. They're not willing to look at the nuances of it.
Yeah.
It's fucking annoying.
Yeah. The other thing is that obviously during my 45-minute conversation with Mr. Pokke, I only got him to admit that he was being hypocritical at the 43-minute mark, right? And obviously people on YouTube aren't going to stay that long.
No.
And so like, dude, why'd you go so soft on him? He's still completely not even acknowledging any of his wrongdoing. And it's like, well, bitch, if you watch the whole fucking video, I even time-stamped it and pinned it so they can click it. But man, it was so fucking annoying. Yeah, I mean, I do think the gotcha community right now is the best it has ever been. I think it is so good. I feel it's so live. I feel it's so fucking competitive. And that's what I really like is that new content creators are breaking out constantly. We had a creator called Cosmos break into the scene a couple of days ago, who's a former fighting game player, a real one, an actual fighting game player who's actually, he's won tournaments. And now he's making skits, that are breaking hundreds of thousands of views every time he uploads. And it feels so good because this space lives and dies by collaborations. And so it's nice seeing people break in. It's nice seeing creators like iThoma blow up out of nowhere. I don't know how Captain Cabinet still has a career. She'll probably make him an OnlyFans soon. But I mean, this place is very competitive. And I really enjoy it.
Well, and that is the power of influence of people who have lived lives full of experience. We need more leaders in the space, Tech. We absolutely do. And we need leaders that are not only willing to like call out the bullshit, but people who are willing to be patient, to give people a fair shot to grow, and also watch them carefully. And I think we are starting to see more of that. Hell, I like the Solace guy. The Solace guy is one of the smaller creators coming up in the space that has a good degree of wisdom and experience to himself. You know what I'm talking about?
Never heard of him. That's surprising. I usually know everybody. Solace. Do I know him?
Solace, I believe is his name. A bald white guy.
I do like bald people. I'll have to check him out. For sure.
Regardless, though, Tech, I think, first of all, you're one of the best people in the space at finding the smaller creators, obviously. But what this space really needs is just more fucking leadership. Yeah. And what you said earlier, people need to be better at just going, you're right, I fucked up right there. But let's have a new discussion real quick. You know what I mean? This is what I actually meant to say. It's not hard to do that shit. It's not. It's really not, man.
No, I agree. I had a conversation. You missed this. I had a conversation with Hex Juice several months ago around the MTash era. Back when Hex was going through it with MTash. That shit really fucked her up. I feel bad for what Hex had to deal with every day since that situation. Really fucking blow. But I had this conversation on stream with Hex, and it was a debate. And I'm used to debating, my boys, but that debate got a little bit out of control. It did. I was saying things that I didn't mean to say. Like, for example, you only know what you know.
Wait. Yep. Debate with MTash or debate with Hex Juice? Okay, with Hex Juice. Okay.
Yeah, we were talking. She was getting a little bit heated. She was getting a little bit emotional. And I said, Hex, let's just calm down a little bit. You're getting a little bit emotional. Didn't realize you couldn't say that to a woman. Didn't realize that. She got really fucking upset, and I was doing some things that were pretty. They could be perceived as straw manning, but in reality, I was just. What I do is that when I'm in a debate with someone, I just like to say, "So what you're saying is," and then I try to make sure they know what I think it is that they said. But the problem was that. People were thinking that I was trying to misconstrue her words when I wasn't. Regardless, I now see how that looked. And me and Hexus, we're good. And she agrees that it was blown way out of proportion. People got really weird about our friendship, and it fucking sucked. MTash was making it so weird. It was so fucking bad, but it is what it is. I'm trying to move on from that situation. But I've been researching a lot into, and this is going to lead to something. I've been researching a lot into how to make better good faith arguments with peers of which I respect, and how to attempt to educate the gotcha space on how to actually have a healthy discussion where the objective is not to win and lose, but to get closer to the truth as a conglomerate and educate each other and as well as the community involved. And I'm not going to lie. I've also learned how to make better bad faith arguments to destroy people who I don't like. I'm just going to be real. I think it's important to do because there's going to be bad guys in this space who are going to try to humiliate me, who are going to try to come after me, and I have to be well equipped for that. So I go And I talk to Mr. Pokke, and I do a very good faith argument, a very fair debate, a very fair conversation. And in this gotcha community, you always hear, I'm just so tired of the drama. There's so much drama. Oh, it's so boring. Then all of a sudden, I do a good faith debate in the most healthy way possible. Dude, why'd you go so soft on him, man? I wanted blood. I wanted death. I wanted murder, man. Where's the drama? And it's like, well, then what the fuck do you want? I've been hearing that shit for 3 years. I'm trying to figure it out. I can't.
No, man, I'm telling you, dude, it's the reality of the fucking internet, though, man. And it always goes back to the exact same thing. You can't please everybody. You can't, and it always goes back to this thing. Fuck them. You know, it's like, brother, if you can't understand that situation was anything but like soft, but more so a needed discussion in order for people to understand and have a common ground on what's occurring. I'm not even about to waste another second trying to rationalize this for you.
Yep.
Right? It's just not worth it. The other thing you brought up with Hex Juice about y'all's conversation, the sad reality of that one is how many conversations happen with me and my partner that have led to a much healthier relationship that we have today. But if those conversations were put on a fucking internet, we probably would have got torn asunder. It would have been fucking crucified. It's like, why are these third party people trying to inject themselves inside of a fucking one-on-one? Communication is a masterful thing over the fucking time. Yep. You can't expect somebody to communicate perfectly. 80 years of life have been lived. I'm sorry, Tom, I gotta yap about this. Yeah. 80 years of life have been lived and people still fucking argue. 80-year-olds. It tells you that mastery of communication is like, it's a repetition, man. It just doesn't fucking click there. But the internet wants to define you in that one moment, and it's so problematic. It's so toxic.
Yeah, no, trust me. I am definitely very aware that incel virgin, turbo virgins don't understand what bitter communication happens for people who have been together for 8-9 years, and how people don't understand how real relationships work. They see these novellas on the internet, they see these fucking anime romances, and they're like, wow, everything's all sunshine and rainbows. It's like, holy fuck. It's
parasocial, no actual real life experience is a problem. That's what I'm saying. The soft thing I think that's such a self-report, because I'm like, if you're an adult and you've been through some things, you know the last thing you want to do is get into a call and fucking scream at one another.
Absolutely.
That shit don't help nobody out. And again, if you hate the other person and your intentions are to just completely obliterate them, sure. But if you respect the other person on the other end of the call, I'm not getting in there to fucking humiliate the guy. I'm getting in there for us to leave that call and be like, damn, all right, bet. Yeah, we still respect one another.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I think leads to a better space. Now, obviously, my life thrives on being able to talk about idiots on the internet, but I don't want to be in the position that the internet is, where we're artificially manufacturing villains. I want to deal with the bad guys when they're being the bad guys. I want to hold people accountable for the things they need to be held accountable for. I don't want to go after someone who I think is a rational, reasonable human being. And it's also very fair, like, you know, for the whole people who I've memed on a little bit too hard, people can always ask me to take my videos down. Always. Like, for example, I made a video on Ashikai recently where, and every other human being in human history would look at that video and say, oh, she doesn't like Genshin, she's quitting. All my chat thought it. I thought it. Multiple people who I talked to behind the scenes thought it. But apparently, according to her, that is not what she said. And I said, no big deal. I'll take the video down. And I even apologized. Even though I didn't even feel like I needed to, I still did it, because in her mind, that's not what she said. I'm a pretty reasonable guy if you would just want to talk to me. My DMs are open to everybody.
Real quick, is that the Asian girl?
Probably. She sure sounds like it.
Yeah, I can't really tell. She wears glasses. She's a sweetheart.
No, that you're thinking of Sevi Plays.
Oh, that's who I was thinking. Okay, I don't know who the hell Ashley Kai is then. Never mind.
Yeah, no, I think she's another probably Asian person playing Genshin Impact who does lore videos. But yeah, no, the Sevi thing was fine. But yeah, now apparently there's a ton of people quoting Genshin Impact, like Tawana. It's crazy how many people have come out in 1 week and said, Well, guys, I'm moving Genshin back to my second channel. Well, guys, Genshin just doesn't hit the same. Well, guys, I'll be taking a break. I mean, I shit you not. Tawano, Anthony Chen, Ashikai, and like 4 other white dudes who I have no idea who the fuck they are. But like everybody right now is just suffering in this fucking game. And I really
and you
feel
love
like
that shit.
I love it, dude. I'm gonna shit on that game forever. Forever, bro. It's fucking, oh my God. Because you know what really drives me nuts? And I'm not gonna report any of these fucking people. I go to TwitchCon. I talk to these people face to face. I invite them to parties face to face. We interact, we mingle, we talk for hours. Every single one of them. God, I just fucking hate this game. They go live. Dude, this game's insane. It's like, there's no way you can convince me. There's no way that you can convince me that, oh, dude, I have to. Otherwise, I won't have a career. There's just no way. There's no way being truthful with your audience about how you actually feel is going to be that negative of a detriment to your fucking channel. There's just no way.
I would disagree.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason I would disagree, Tech, is, and my dad says it all the time. It's a very simple saying. He says, "Son, if you got to the top that way, then you have to stay at the top that way." I'm serious. And it's like basically you built your empire off of pussies.
Yep.
Now that's your bed. That's your bed. And the minute you turn into a real one, well, they're not going to recognize you anymore. And that's why it's so important to do what you do, Tech, and to do what I do, and always, always, always be yourself. I don't give a fuck about no subscriber number, because I understand that the subscribers that are sticking around for me, and not because I'm over here going, this is the best game ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the people that you're telling to turn real, I think they are very well aware of the audience that they have concocted through this superficial ass personality, as well as this, I don't know what else to call it, this fake shit that they spew out. And the minute that they stop doing that, the audience they have manifested is going to completely relinquish their support.
I agree, and I forgot that I've actually touched on this. Yes, I do agree that feigning positivity in perpetuity is probably the correct career move short term. But long term, if you do build an army of weak people, they will be the first to turn on you immediately.
Exactly.
And so I think people are being too short-sighted. Because, I mean, obviously, when I said I'm stopping playing Genshin, I lost 90% of my viewership. I dropped down from getting hundreds of thousands of views to barely being able to break 10K. Like barely being able to break 1,000 viewers on fucking Twitch. It was bad. But I rebuilt on, now I'm going to be completely authentic, because I can't do it anymore. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It was just so, because the game is just, fuck, I don't want to complain anymore about it. By the way, did you see the mass HoYoverse layoffs?
I did not see the mass HoYoverse layoffs. What's going on there? Fill me in.
Okay, I don't know yet. But apparently hundreds of employees were laid off from HoYoverse for global. And then a lot of them are coming out with bitter resentment stories about working with the company. And the other crazy thing is, I've had multiple of them reach out to me on DMs, and they want to come on stream and
oh my God, that sounds like massive fucking content.
Yeah, they want to come and tell me about how it was working at HoYoverse. So
damn, bro, reaping what you sow there, Tech. All that shitting on them is, and now you got people coming to you for the content. That's incredible, man. Good for you, brother.
Yeah, I'm excited, because the reason why I'm very excited about this is because just like when the contract was leaked for Zenless Zone Zero and the Yomi Holland thing, I'm excited for people to say, yeah, well, they're probably not real employees, dude.
Like, oh my fucking God. It's pathetic, man.
Yep.
It is so pathetic.
Yep.
It's like, dude.
These people will just swallow the shit of this company and assume that anything negative just is not reality. It's insane. Yeah. I'm excited that happened, because I know there's no way, I don't know when this conversation is going to happen. I might even happen today, but I really want to know your opinion on what these people say.
I never tune in to shit that I feel is like not really being constructive or improving. That is something I will not miss, Tech. I will be watching every ounce of that. Yeah, because I'm just like you, man. I know it's kind of like we at times we feel like every time we take one step forward, we take 2 steps back with the community. But I'm somebody who always wants to make the space a healthier space, and anytime that type of thing pops up, that's my attempt every time, like to bring more awareness to these fucking these delusional people, man, and be like, do you get it now? And if you don't, all right, well, I'm not a quitter. So I feel like you have the same exact personality there. Like we will not fucking give up. And I think that is definitely in some way, shape, or form adding somewhat of an awareness improvement to our community.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we're two very hard-headed individuals, but I think that's because you have to be in the space.
Yeah.
You will lead these people to water. You can't make them drink. They will deny legitimate, demonstrably true facts, and it would drive weaker men insane. And to be honest, it fucking has.
You know what that is? That's the white savior complex.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Mr. Pokke, thank you for the raid, man. Bro, see that you're playing Marvel Rivals. We should play sometime, dude. Thank you, man. Thank you. For anybody who doesn't know, in a Call of Gotcha Smack, we went over the Mr. Pokke tweet. We went over the EO shit. We talked about how that HoYoverse is losing hundreds of employees, and how we're going to have one of them in call later today, most likely to talk about their experience working with HoYoverse. And yeah, thank you, Mr. Pokke. Let's play Marvel Rivals very soon. Appreciate the raid. And yo, make sure to take your meds today, big man. You're going a little bit crazy on the internet. But we care about you, bro. Okay, we gotta. When is the big reveal? When is the Nikado avocado where you say I've actually been 400 pounds the whole time? I'm rating, and here's my prediction. Here's my prediction for you, Mr. Pokke. I think what you're doing is, I think you're emulating 2021 Tectone. That's what I think that you're doing. I think that you're doing it, and you're saying, this is what you did to Tectone, and now this is what you've done to me. But that's my prediction now. Oh, I'm excited for the big reveal. Let me know when that's going to happen. But yeah, thank you for the raid. Hopefully you enjoyed Marvel Rivals, and let's play soon. All right, cool. We were talking about the HoYoverse, the employees. Yeah.
And what I hope that they reveal is how HoYoverse goes about establishing. Fuck, how do I word that? I hope they reveal how these gotcha companies go about establishing the don't mention that we're a gotcha company. Say that it's free to play friendly. Say that people can play these games without, fear of having to spend money. The shit that they try to convince the fucking public to say. I hope they really go in on that type of stuff because it's really important for the consumers to hear that.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you how many times I run into people who think like this shit doesn't exist. We see it all the time in business practice. We do, but we can't it's just like we're fucking a boy who cries wolf.
Yeah. They really can't accept the reality that this company does very shady shit.
Yes.
It really is a shame.
Leaks thing I would like to see too, man. Man, bro, I'd like to see a lot of stuff, but I don't know what they're fucking I don't know what they're gonna be obligated to disclose or not,
Yeah. It just I think the one thing that really started to get me very bitter with this company is, in case you don't know, I was with the creator program for a month and a half. But they would ask me to like take down videos, and I'm like, I'm just not doing that.
Right.
They would be so irritating to work with. Somebody on my stream clipped that I accidentally leaked the rewards that you get in mail. They asked me to take that down. I'm not gonna fucking take that down. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh guys, there's these gems appearing in my mail. I'm not gonna talk about them. I don't fucking care. Guys, if you don't know this, when you play a gacha game, they give the creators fucking gems to pull, essentially assure a copy of the new unit every 3 weeks. At least that's how it was for me, and that's still how it is for me when I play other games. That's just how it goes. They want to showcase the new units because that's where the fucking money is. But I think the thing that really fucking made me so angry is when I found out that the community manager was living with a Genshin Impact content creator in the same apartment. And that creator was getting opportunity after opportunity with the developers as well as all of their friends, and nobody else was. And I'm like, wow, this is really just a fucking boys club. What a fucking
too much of a coincidence too. And you got people defending it. That's what tripped me out.
Yep.
I'll be honest. Like, I don't understand how you could look at a picture like that and still go, yeah, no, man, it's fine. It's like, it's that fine.
Yeah.
I don't get that, man.
By the way, completely weird tangent. How is your, because you work 2 jobs, right? Like you do content creation and then you do personal training?
Mm-hmm. It grounds me, man. What were we gonna ask?
Are you ever going to go full-time content creation or no?
No, probably not, man. It's if I'm being honest with you,
Yeah.
it allows me to keep a pulse on reality.
Yeah.
My clients, all of them are working individuals in oil and gas. They, finance people, fucking lawyers. They having my conversations with them every morning or in the evening and afternoon, and them conveying to me what they deal with and what they have going on in their lives. It grounds me, man. It does. I'm like, it just allows me, and I feel like if I go full blown into content creation, then I completely get out of touch with reality in that regard. That's just an opinion, by the way, but that's how I feel, and it also keeps me out the house. It makes me realize, okay, fuck, I got to go exercise. I got to get out this goddamn room because this shit is gonna fuck with your sanity and claw at it. The more you spend time in it, and so I like it. It's a balance thing for me.
Yeah, I think for me, I like to tell myself I'm the most full-time, part-time streamer that there is because I don't stream the long hours, but I think about this shit nonstop. But I always make sure I have time for my friends. I always make sure I get to the gym every day because it really is my favorite part of the day. Dude, I need to work out with you because my strength has exploded.
There you go, man.
Like what you saw with me, you, and Vulcan, I am a different fucking animal now.
I mean, you're pretty damn. 250,
234.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah.
Damn. Good for you.
Yeah.
Bro.
We're getting
Holy
low, man.
Shit. at 6'6", huh? 6'6".
Yeah, 6'6". Yeah.
That's a solid weight, honestly. I don't even think you need to lose any more weight. All you need to do is just burn the fat and maintain the muscle.
The problem is I have body dysmorphia because I watch professional wrestling every day, and if I don't look like them, then I'm fat.
I feel you.
I mean,
regardless though, like at 230, you should definitely be able to bench 315. You should be able to deadlift about 450. And you should be able to squat about 360s, 375 to 400 pounds.
Now, I'll be real. I don't do squats. I don't do deadlifts. I just don't do them.
Yeah. I hear you. It's like, I'm not going to force you, Tech, but those are the movements that literally load the body the most. They put the most stress on your body. They're definitely going to improve your strength beyond limits you wouldn't believe.
I agree. There's this gym that I go to that I don't want to say because I've only been recognized twice. Okay. And I've been going there for about 2-3 months, and it is so nice because it does get a little bit stressful because when I meet somebody who watches me, I lock in and I talk for hours. And it is nice to go somewhere where I'm not recognized and I just do my fucking shit. And it's I think it's called an Olympia gym.
Dude, you're in there with the old heads.
Yes, dude, it is fucking nice, bro. Everybody is huge, and
they're friendly too.
They're very nice. They're very, very, very sweet. I met some Asmongold viewers there, which was really funny. Those are the two people I met that were Asmon viewers, and they knew me from Steak and Eggs.
Nice, man.
But I'm also working out with Sophia, who's a fitness influencer, and she's so fucking strong. It is very nice, and my male testosterone will not let me be weaker than a female. So
it's great.
I'm like, oh, you did 150? Well, now I need to do 300 because otherwise, if I don't, then I'm not a man.
Bubs is a CrossFitter. Her entire gym is a bunch of fucking Vikings, women. And they all lift more than, like, I'm not kidding, 95% of the men out there. Oh, yeah. And so it's like, I understand that so much because I know women there, Tech, I shit you not, that squat 225 for fucking 10. It's just like, okay, bitch, all right.
Yep.
Ain't no way in hell you about to be out here outlifting me, so I'm about to squat 315.
Yeah.
It's good though. It keeps you grounded, man.
Hey, is there anything else in the gacha space that's currently on your mind that we haven't touched on yet?
Anything else in the gacha space? I think the last thing. Ooh, you know what? That sucks. It's 11:02. I actually got to go, Tech.
No. Fuck!
I told you 10 to 11, right? My client's at 11:30, man. That sucks. What I wanted to say, damn, that's so unfortunate, is I wanted to talk to you about instigating from other CCs. I see St. Tontes doing it in real time with this whole discussion with Pokke. He's part of the influence of people saying we went soft. And I think that's real problematic.
So here's what's crazy.
He could just ping us and say, hey, let's talk about this. It's like, it's childish. It's really fucking annoying.
So first of all, totally agree. I talked to him about this.
Yeah.
He claims that that clip is out of context, and that is not his true feelings.
Nah, that's
No?
not true at all, bro.
Really?
I've already had people sending me the things. He literally spends 3 hours trying to present himself as like the all judging human being that can like only make the right call on this or that. We're being soft. It's like it's such a stupid way to address things. It's like, brother, first of all, you're not even in the HSR community. Wuthering Waves, what's going on here? Second of all, just hit us, ping us, say, hey, let's all get in the call and talk about this so that we can have the most like well-rounded discussion. Instead of sitting here reacting to 4 people's videos about Pokke for 4 fucking hours straight, farming, you're farming, right? Which is fine if you acknowledged you were farming. You're still, instead you're going, these guys were just, this is ridiculous. And then he puts a video on you saying that y'all's debate was the worst debate in gotcha history. It's like, holy shit. Just get in the call with him then. If you're so much better at the debate, get the fucking call with him.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I would never imagine. I mean, obviously, I believe you 100%, and I'm going to look into this.
Look into it. You'll see what I'm not lying.
Yeah, I mean, people, and the problem that I'm having right now, and once again, totally believe this could happen. This is plausible. I don't think St. Tonedas would say that because, I mean, I had to mediate like 8 of his fucking calls. I would certainly hope that he's not saying that when the guy couldn't debate with anybody without being misrepresented of his own words. So I'm hoping to God he didn't say that.
I hate that I had to I dropped it on you while going to like the fucking go train people.
Yeah,
I imagine chat right now. This is full blown prediction. I know it's accurate. Chat's probably thinking like we're doing face 3 and shit. But listen, Saint, I know you're watching this video. It's not hard to just be like, okay, I severely disagree with how these guys are going about it. I'm gonna DM Tech and say, let's get in the call and talk about this shit together. Yeah, the whole instigating, farming, like from us outside, trying to paint yourself like you're the better fucking person with the discussion. It's not that deep. Get in the call, be adults, not this whole farm people for 4 hours and pretend like you would give the better take, brother. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Really not.
I gotta look because, dude, I took him under my wing, man. I'm gonna be pretty pissed off if he's actually doing that. I'm gonna certainly hope he's not doing that.
He literally verbatim said Tech's debate was the worst against Pokke in gotcha history, and then he said my debate was the second worst debate in gotcha history. It's like, how do we sit here and do this third party shit when we could just straight up get in there? You know what I mean? It's wild.
Okay, well, I guess I'll have to look into this. And
he said, "Get in there, dog. Get in there."
Okay, that's very. Once again, and I'll get you out of here. The problem that I'm having right now is I'm having an issue taking legitimacy of clips right now because there's so many people in Mr. Pokke's community, my Twitter community, my Pokke's Village Daily Scramble that are instigating so fucking hard trying to get creators.
Instigating's a problem.
Yes, it's really bad, but like I love the people in this space. I love you. I love Mr. Pokke, Box, Saint Tonta. I mean, the people in this space are great.
And here's what I want to say. Yeah, right. Fucking damn, that time don't stop for no man. Saint, I think you're a great fucking guy. I really do. And I think there's a lot of intelligence that comes from you. But when you do shit like that, it's actually not helping the space whatsoever. Right now, in that Pokke whole ordeal, you could just be in here and giving your thoughts on the situation, and then we shift our thoughts about that. Like I don't see how hard that is. But Tech, that's what I'm saying. It's like getting everyone on the same page whenever there's any disagreements or like contentious discussions. That is how the space improves. And it's because right now you got people on a different page calling people soft and shit only because of one person's influence. And it's just like, okay, well, now we got a problem again.
Oh, dude, if Saint actually uploaded this video, I'm going to have a serious fucking problem.
I hate that I dropped that bomb on you, man, but that was the last. You did ask me, is there anything else? So I kept it a stack, man. All right, Tech, I got to get out of here. Hey, Tech's chat, man, y'all have a wonderful day.
Absolutely.
And see you guys another time. Tech, love you, brother.
Love you too, brother. Peace.